In the vast world of Minecraft, we stumble upon the average player and their usual activities. However, there's something not quite right about this scene. It seems this player has a habit of exploiting innocent villagers, locking them up in tiny boxes and forcing them to work. All of a sudden, the player stops and says, "Whoa, wait a minute, this just ain't fair." Turns out keeping villagers trapped and making them work all day doesn't feel right to them. Who would have thought? In a total aha moment, this player decided to turn their life around to want to create a better future for these poor villagers. So he got to work building not just one but two epic empires for these villagers. Well, that's the story of me, and guess what? It can be your story. Free the villagers. So at the moment I have a hardcore world where I have everything what I want to do whatever I want. Now what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna save villagers. Let's not talk about the villagers that are behind me right now. Now right before I started to record, I went ahead and AFK'd at the Wither skeleton farm. As you can see, we got a bunch of bones, coal and Wither skulls. So before I want to do anything else in this video, the first thing I'm gonna get is a bunch of beacons. Now we have access to everything besides getting the Wither star itself. That requires me to kill the Wither and to get, of course, some obsidian. Now we can do a little cheating and kill the Wither underneath the end portal for free, basically. It can't attack me. Easy. I'm gonna get myself a couple of stars just to be sure that I don't have to come back over here. Alright, I got myself 21 nether stars and I think that's enough for now. I honestly have no idea if I have enough obsidian back home, so I'm gonna take some with me just to be sure. 21 beacons in my pocket. Alright, now I got my beacon situation in order. I also have a shulker full of emeralds. Let me start to explain what's going to happen. Now for that I will send you to my movie theater. Welcome. This video is going to be split in two parts. Each part will take us back in time. We're going to be building two epic empires in two different eras. The first empire is going to be during the Middle Ages, and you already guessed it, we are going to be building a beautiful town surrounded by castle walls. This town will come alive with specific villagers, each playing a vital role. Now picture windmills and wheat fields on the outskirts of the land where farmers are living and working. So there we go, the first villagers in this town are the farmers. Besides farmers, we will be having tool, weapon and armor smiths living in the heart of the town. Besides the homes where they live in, we will have numerous amounts of factories around the town for them to work in. We will also have butchers, leatherworkers and shepherds in the town, but like come on, who even trades with these guys? Anyways, they all deserve their freedom, I guess. Every one of these three will have their own special building where they can carry out their task besides their home. I also want to add a small harbor to the town, so I guess I will make some fishermen stations over there. So fishermen are also welcome to the town. Now as for location, I've already went ahead and found a plains biome with a village. This village will be useful. I'm going to be stealing villagers and making a breeder in my future town. Hopefully by the end of the build we'll have a bunch of villagers so we can spread them out over the town. And there we go, that will be the first empire. Now as for the second empire, well, I'll see you guys later. Alright, so before I go to the land where I will be building the first empire, I'm gonna gather some concrete. I'm gonna be using concrete to mark out the layout of the town. After marking where I want everything to be, I will terraform the land before I actually start building. Alright, that should be enough. I got 3 shulker boxes filled with concrete. If you fly in this direction, we will see the portal I've set up to go to the future town. There we go. May I present you the land where we will be building the first empire. Now the land over here actually is pretty good, but we're gonna have to terraform some of it. I'm gonna start off by making a villager breeder so we can have a lot of villagers when this build is done. Well, I should have brought stuff with me to build the farm. Now if you've watched my first hardcore video, you've seen how I built this thing twice. All this farm really is a farm with crops, and we got beds where villagers try to get to the bed but they can't. They fall in a hole and we get a baby villager out of it. Pretty simple, but it's a great farm. I'm gonna be setting this thing up on top of the hill. Alright, so the crop farm is built. Now we'll also have to add some walls. Let's set up the trap doors over here. On the opposite side we place the beds. Then we'll get 2 villagers inside of the farm. Okay my friends, you're the first one to go. Oh, he didn't die, whatever. Alright, second one, can you go too? Go. Alright, once these 2 are in, the farm is basically done. All we have to do now is create the collection system. The collecting system is just a hole where the baby villagers fall into it. And eventually we can set up a real space system to collect the villagers out of the farm. Alright, the villager breeder is finished. The next thing I'm gonna be doing is build a bunch of beacons around the town. This will be very useful when we are gonna be terraforming this place. I'm gonna place all of the beacons down, plan the city, and then I'll meet you guys when I'm done. My friends, I've done a magnificent job terraforming and planning this city. Terraforming this place took a little bit longer than I expected, but take a look at this, I really like how it's done. Also, take a look at this villager breeder, this thing is filled up. Now that everything is planned, we can actually start and building the city itself. But wait, we don't have any materials for this town. Well, don't you worry, I have a bunch of resources to get anything I want. Now honestly, for the first build, I don't need anything special. We're mainly gonna need a bunch of stony blocks and a lot of wood. Now for the stony blocks, we need stone, stone bricks, cobblestone, diorite, andesite, granite, and bricks. Now we can already cross off stone, stone bricks, and cobblestone because we have a bunch of it from when we were terraforming the spawn. Okay, actually I take my words back, I don't have a bunch of stone left. Do have stone, but I have to turn it into stone bricks, so I'm gonna need more stone. Now the best way to get stony blocks is by just mining them. So that's what I will be doing. So as I said before, we already have cobblestone and stone bricks. These are set up now at the town. Let's get the other blocks. Okay, I just realized I might also need deep slate. I'm gonna use cobbled and deep slate tiles, but I think you only need cobbled deep slate and you can create tiles from cobbled deep slate. So getting cobbled deep slate it is. Alright, I'm gonna set up a beacon and mine a bunch of stone. Alright, beacon activated, let's get a bunch of stone. Alright. Oh my god, move out of the way. I'm trying to say something. Well, he ruined it. Okay, as you can see behind me, we have a bunch of stone. We got a bunch of cobblestone, stone, granite, diorite, gravel. We got everything, as you can see. We even got like a bunch of ores. Look at the amount of diamonds we've got. But like, we've got a ton of stuff. We do not have to get any more stony blocks for this video. I digged out this entire area for cobble deep slate. And this entire room on the top was also digged out for stone, granite, diorite, and you know, all of the other stony blocks. So with that out of the way, we almost have all of the stony blocks. Let me take all of these back to the town. Alright, almost all of the stony blocks are set up. Now the last stony block we need are bricks. Now there are different ways to get bricks. Now you can get it from clay, but when you get bricks from clay, you first have to look for clay, then you have to cook the clay, and that takes a long time. Now luckily you can also trade bricks. Luckily I have infinite amounts of emeralds, so trading is easy. Well, besides the trading cooldown. But we can get rid of the trading cooldown by setting up a vote trading area like we did last time. By using vote trading, we can basically skip the trading cooldown and we can trade as much as we want. So we can trade infinite amounts of bricks, although it takes some time. Alright, this thing is set up. Let's get some emeralds and let the trading start. Oh, I think this is going to be fast. Let's see. Oh, you can trade like 3 stacks at one time. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, I'll be done in no time. The best part of vote trading is collecting all of the XP when you're done trading. So the bricks are collected, now we can go ahead and get the next material we need. Besides the stony blocks, we need a bunch of wood. I'm gonna be using 3 variants of wood: birch, spruce, and dark oak. Now the birch and spruce are really easy to get since I have a tree farm. We just have to AFK for a very long time and we will get stacks and stacks of it. Now unfortunately we cannot use the tree farm for dark oak, but that's not a problem. We don't need a lot of it, so we'll just mine it manually. This thing has so much bone meal, it should be enough to get a bunch of birch and spruce. If not, I still have a ton of bones at the wither skeleton farm. Please still be working, please. Yes, that looks perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna be AFKing here, get some spruce wood, get some birch wood, and then I'll get a bunch of dark oak wood, and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright, I got every single type of wood I need. I mined a bunch of dark oak, as you can see. I also have a bunch of spruce and birch from the tree farm. I brought over 4 shulker boxes of birch and spruce, but I got a lot of left in the tree farm. Also got myself some lanterns to use as a light source and some glass. For the factories, I'm also going to use lava, so that's the only thing I still need to get. Never mind, I also need some campfires. Okay, now I should have everything I need to start the main buildings. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and build all of this, and then I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. This place is not even done yet, but it's already looking insane. There's a lot of stuff we still need to do, but for now, I already love it. The size of this place is actually really big. Take a look at this. The next step in finishing this build is adding roads to this place. The main road will be made out of stone and gravel, but the sides of the road will be made out of coarse dirt, rooted dirt and dirt paths. Now coarse dirt can be simply crafted and dirt path is basically just dirt with a shovel. Now the root dirt is kinda tricky. Now there are two ways of getting rooted dirt. First is trading it from a wandering villager, but the thing is wandering villagers take a while to spawn in and they don't guarantee you to trade rooted dirt. Now another way of getting rooted dirt is by getting it underneath azalea trees. Now from past experiences, I think you can get about 8 stacks from each azalea tree. Sometimes you can get even more. But honestly, I do not need a lot of it since I'm gonna be using it only for the sides of the road and it's gonna be mixed with coarse and dirt path. So getting coarse dirt should not be a problem since we have a ton of gravel from when we mined the entire thing underneath our base, and also we have a bunch of dirt from when we terraformed the spawn. Alright, so we made it all the way down. Let's see how much rooted dirt we got, and we got more than 7 stacks. Let's see. Oh, we got a half of a shulker box. That's actually great. We're gonna need to do that like 3 more times and then we have enough of rooted dirt to finish this build. And guess what? There's another azalea tree right in front of me. Nice. As soon as I have enough of rooted dirt, I'm gonna go ahead and make the roads. I'll see you guys when I'm done. We are making so much progress. Just the roads alone make this place look 10 times better. I must say this place looks a little bit naked, but as soon as we add details, it's going to look insane. Talking about details, I first need to get the villagers inside of their workstations. Now here's the thing, this place is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. So the villagers inside of that breeder are not enough. I'm going to create 2 more extra breeders just to get more villagers. Now while we're waiting on new villagers to breed, we're gonna decorate our place. Right now I'm gonna gather all of their workstations and then make a bunch of beds to place inside of their homes. Making all of their workstation is easy. I got all of the materials. The only thing I don't have is wool for their beds. I'm gonna need a lot of beds. Remember when I said who even trades with shepherds? Well, I need shepherds. I'm gonna set up some shepherds at the void trading station to be able to trade wool. I know, some of you might say, isn't that lazy? You can create a wool farm. Bro, I am done with farms after episode 1. If you haven't watched my first episode, I would highly recommend you to go watch it. It was amazing. Besides building all of the farms. The second breeder is almost done. The only thing I have to do is get some villagers inside of it. For those of you wondering why I have light blue beds, well, when I set up 2 shepherds in the void trading center, one of those gave me black wool and light blue beds as a trading option, so I traded some beds with him. I've also traded a bunch of black wool to be able to create a bunch of beds for this town. Alright, the bridge is done. Let me get the rails over here and then I can bring over the villagers. Almost done with this. Alright, the 2 villagers should arrive any second now. Hello? Where are you guys? Hello? Oh, there they are. There we go. They're already breeding. Nice. Alright, on the opposite side of that one, I'm gonna create a third one and then I'm gonna start placing all of the beds inside the village. Alright, so the villager breeders are all built. Now I'm gonna fill every house with a bunch of beds. We got a bunch of wool, we got a bunch of wood. We can do this very easily. I just finished placing all of the beds and now I'm designing some lanterns that I want to spread around the city. Now I'm not very good at this, so designing one is kind of difficult for me. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. I think I like this one. I'm gonna go for this one. Alright, I'm gonna spam these around and make sure mobs cannot spawn. With the use of lanterns, moss carpets and glowstone, we've mob-proofed this entire town. Not only that, I've also placed all of the working stations for every villager around their area where they need to work. So as I said, I used glowstone and moss carpet around the areas where I didn't place any roads, just to make sure that mobs cannot spawn. And yeah, all of the houses have beds, but y'all already have seen that. The archery is one of my favorite areas. Take a look at this. The stable, well yeah, it's just a stable. Nothing special about this. The large factory right over here will be for the armor smiths, and look at this place, I love it. For the windmills, I just placed a bunch of barrels around the windmill and inside of the windmill for the farmers. The big barn is for the shepherds, and I just placed some hay bales and the working stations. For all of the chests I had over here, I just placed them down over here in this hole with the portal. Nothing too special. With everything set up, we can start with placing all of the villagers at their working stations. Doing that is pretty easy. All we have to do is create railways from the breeder to the working stations. The armor smiths are in place, so are the farmers on this side. The shepherds and the farmers on the other side are also in place. Oh my god, watch them all go back to their job at daytime. So we now have to do that for the other villagers. I also forgot to tell you guys about the Fletchers. We have Fletchers in this city. I think I never mentioned it before, but y'all saw the archery. So the toolsmiths are also in their place. So are the butchers. The weaponsmiths have also arrived at their location. And lastly, the Fletchers. I need to wait to get some more villagers so I can get leather workers and fishermen when I make the harbor. Alright, so the first empire is almost done. All we have to do now is create a harbor, decorate this place with a bunch of trees, create some wheat fields, and then we are done. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we are finished with the first empire. Alright, after multiple days, I can finally say the first empire is completed. Enjoy it! Alright, we are starting with the next empire. Let me take you guys again to the theater and explain what we're going to be doing. The next empire will be the Roman/Greek Empire. Honestly, I have no idea what the difference is between these two building styles. Now, we've used some villagers, but there are a lot of them left. I want to have a main temple that has a view over the entire empire. This temple won't have any villagers, it's just mainly for decoration. Next up, I want to create a Colosseum with a building. Inside of that building, we will have clerics. I want to give it a dungeon vibe, or at least I'll try. I also want a large library for the librarians, and then we'll have a bunch of small and large houses scattered everywhere. The location for this empire will be in a desert. Again, I've already scouted and found a perfect desert. I think you should know the drill by now. Get concrete, plan the city out, and then we'll terraform everything. What is this guy doing on top of the nether roof all by himself? How did he get over here? Ooh, I have to set up the villager breeder first. I forgot about that. Alright, so the first breeder is almost done. Let me give these guys some bread. If I bring this guy to the breeder, the second breeder is also done. And there we go, the second breeder is also finished. Alright, so we got 2 villagers up. Now we can start plan the city and terraform everything. Well, take a look at this place. So we got the main city right over here, and then we have a bridge going to the temple. Since everything is made out of sand, terraforming this place was actually pretty easy. Well, that was the easy part. Now we have to start making the village. But wait, we don't have any materials. Well, actually, we almost have everything. Now this village is gonna use sandstone. Well, sandstone is made out of sand. We have a sand duper, so we can get a bunch of sand. The next item we will use a lot in this village is red sand. And again, we can get red sand from the sand duper. For some builds we're gonna need concrete. Guess what? We have a concrete maker, so we also have concrete. Well, I also need diorite. Guess what? I got a bunch of diorite. The only item I need to put work in is quartz. But guess what? We have a voiding trading system. And we can trade quartz for emeralds. So basically we have infinite amounts of quartz. I just traded enough quartz to build this entire empire twice. So quartz, no problem anymore. For some reason I took all of the diorite I mined in the mines and I brought it to the medieval village, but I didn't even use it, so I can take all of this back to the Greek village. I keep calling everything villages, but they're supposed to be empires, okay? For concrete I'm gonna need white, blue and red concrete, but I have AFK'd at the concrete maker, so we have a bunch of concrete. We got the concrete, we got the sand, we got the quartz, we need one more thing. The last thing we need is gold. Now a lot of temples are decorated with gold. Now guess what? I have an insane gold farm, so why not use a bunch of this gold to decorate the city? Again, it's not a city, it's an empire. I'm gonna AFK for an hour and then I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. The hour is finished. Let's check the loot. Yes, we have a bunch of gold. I'm gonna turn it all into blocks and then we'll see how much we got. 11 stacks of gold blocks. Man, that's insane. That's more than enough. Earlier I said I had enough sand, but I don't have enough. So I'm gonna dupe some more sand and a red sand, and then we can start building this thing. Because we've changed all of the concrete powder into sand and red sand, we are making a bunch of sand. Look at all of the sand that is wasted. My collection system is literally too small to collect all of it. I guess we'll let it all burn. Alright, now I actually have enough sand. I'm gonna turn all of these into sandstone and take them back to the Greek Empire. I also need some smooth sandstone, so I'll steal this setup over here. As soon as some of this sandstone is melted, we can start building this thing. Again, I'll see you guys when I'm done. Don't mind me sitting on my throne. The main buildings of the empire are finished and this place looks amazing. Just wait until you see this with shaders on. The time lapse is beautiful. This building right over here is a library and it's beautiful. Just take a look at this. Wow. This is nice. The streets looks kinda dead right now, but I promise when I detail this place it's gonna look better. This is the building opposite of the Colosseum and this is where the clerics are. I did say I was gonna do a dungeon type build, but yeah, I didn't. I like it, it's pretty simple, but it's looking good. As you can see, I'm using cauldrons and in some places barrels as decoration. Because of that, before villagers enter this place, we have to turn them into clerics or else they will turn into leather workers, and we don't want that to happen. The big buildings right over here will be for the masons and the cartographers will have the small houses. Alright, the next thing I want to do is get the place mob proof. This small farm I have right over here produces enough carpets for me to cover all of the glowstone I use in my builds. I'm gonna start by making everything mob proof, and then I'm gonna make the roads for this village. Once the road and everything is mob proof, we can start letting the villagers out, and then we can start detailing this place. I guess I'll do that, and then I'll see you guys back. Alright, I am back on my throne. A lot of things have happened since last time. I've built a very simple wall out of sand and sandstone. I've built, as you can see, roads. I've also covered the sand inside of the walls with dirt, coarse dirt, and some moss. I've created all of the workstations around the city. And yeah, what can I say? This place is looking fancy. Now, remember when I said this place is mob proof? Well, it's not. As you can see, on top of the roofs, some places mobs can spawn. We can fix that really easy. We can fix that easy by using liking or lightning or, you know, those glowing vines. Now, there are two things left inside of this village. First, we'll have to put all of the villagers in their spots. Secondly, we'll have to finish the decoration. Some spots of the empire kind of look empty, so I'm gonna add some more smaller houses, and then I'm also gonna create some markets for the decoration, and I'm gonna create some wells around the empire just to finish it off. Doing all of that is kind of boring, so I'm just gonna make a large time lapse of everything I do, and then when I'm done, I'll bring you guys back. Well, I'm happy to announce that I'm officially done with the second empire. As a final message, I just had to turn on shaders because this place looks insane with the shaders on. I am really happy with the detailing. As you can see, I made a lot of markets and wells around the empire. Small details like this just make any build look 10 times better. The empire is now 100% mob proof. Mobs cannot spawn, not even on the roofs, because I've put lightning or a lichen or whatever it's called on every spot where mobs can spawn. Can we just take a second to admire this library? Look at this. Now there's two small things I have to do before I'm done with this place. First is get rid of the beacons, and then lastly clear out all of the chests. For all of the shulkers and chests, I'm just gonna put them all down over here right next to the portal. If you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you so much for supporting me. Honestly, it means a lot to me. Before I'll show you guys the final time lapse, I want to ask you to hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!